U15 championship games getting underway at the 39th annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. Pete Stein, glad you could be with us from Toyota Stadium in Frisco on a beautiful sunny day here in the Metroplex. That's not been the case throughout the course of this tournament. Dallas Cup had to kind of deal with some heavy rain at midweek, and that affected the schedule somewhat, but we've arrived at Championship Saturday, and the U15s are ready to go at it. We've got two American sides here, Albion and the Chicago Fire Soccer Academy out of Illinois. The Fire in the red kit, and Albion in the blue and white strip. Christian Saravia is ready to get this game underway as Albion has possession. And we are underway in this U15 title game. Chicago won Group D, and Albion came through Group G. They collected 7 of a possible 9 points, outscoring the opposition 8-2 in Group G. The Chicago Fire won Group D. Chicago collected all 9 points, outscoring their group opponents 11-2. In order to get to the knockout stage, Albion defeated Football School 2-1, and then defeated Monterey Tech 1-0 in the semifinals. Albion eliminated Tuzos Academy 1-0 in the semifinals after defeating the FC Dallas U15 Academy 1-0 in the quarterfinals. It's Chicago in red. Of course, the Fire and FC Dallas at MLS have a terrific rivalry. And now the Chicago U15 Academy trying to get a boot and ball trophy. Here's a shot from just beyond the top of the box off the right foot of Misiel Rodriguez, and it gets batted down and controlled by the keeper, Pablo Andrade. Chicago getting into the finishing third again, trying to get the ball to Brian Gutierrez. Albion clears it. It'll be a throw for the blue and white strip of Albion as we move into the third minute of this U15 championship game. Albion playing with 3 in the back, and it comes out to the near side for Avelling. Avelling finds Imperato on the near side. Out of play, a throw. This will be Albion. Salazar lays it back. Gets it to Burrows, who sends it to the left side. Albion maintaining possession as Jorge Rivas wins the ball. And now Albion will get a throw. Getting a right foot on it for Chicago. Deflecting it is Espinoza. Goes out of play. Loose ball in the midfield, 50-50 ball. And it's Chicago who comes away with it and a chance to go on the attack. To the top of the box, inside the area now, a little give and go, and a shot and a save made by Andrade as he parries it out to the left side. The shot taken by Michael Flores. Chicago trying to win the ball back in the middle third, and it'll be a free kick. Free kick for Chicago. Gets sent into the box, and that'll be easily handled by the keeper, Andrade. Andrade kicks it out toward halfway. Loose ball in the area. And there's the first goal of the game. Chicago's enjoyed most of the possession in the first half, and they get a goal from their team captain, Francisco Espinoza, as we move into the 6th minute. Chicago takes the early lead in the U15 championship game at the 39th annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. Another chance brewing for Chicago here after scoring in the 6th minute. A blast off the right foot of Rodriguez is blocked. Chicago maintaining possession in the finishing third as they get it back to Espinoza. Espinoza to Iachino. Iachino trying to get the cross, but that's blocked. And he'll give up a throw to Albion. Gabriel Slonina is in goal for Chicago. But right now he hasn't seen much action in front of him as Chicago has controlled the run of play and taken an early 1-0 lead on an Espinoza goal in the 6th minute. Albion trying to build an attack as they get it to Burrows on the near side. It's out of play. This will be thrown in by Avelling. Albion not even able to get into the attacking third really early in this game. Trying to make their way into the finishing third here. Chicago's defense being tested for the first time. And they're up for the challenge. Albion wins the ball back at the edge of the attacking third. Velling calling for it and will receive it on the near side. Velling pushes forward up the channel as he's marked by Washburn. It's across the touchline. It'll be a throw for Chicago. Off Flores into space. Gets chased down by Espinoza. Now sent beyond halfway. Gets headed by Iachino and sent forward. Iachino trying to work a little give and go here. Instead, it's laid back toward halfway. Backpedaling to receive it at halfway is Gutierrez. Comes near side. Here's Flores. Played to the middle for Washburn. Knocked away and out of play. Up the right side, good first touch. Into the box, a centering pass, and Andrade's there to scoop it up inside the 6-yard box, and he quickly distributes it out to Imperato. Albion will get a throw. This will be thrown in by Avelling. Avelling kind of cheating his way forward. Able to throw it across halfway. Comes back toward Avelling. Taking a look out there, that's Elijah Martinez, who appears to have a cast on his arm out there playing, wearing the number 3 for Albion. Chicago wins it back, and they get it to their keeper, Slonina. Sent out to halfway. Here's Gutierrez getting it to Babe. The Fire in red have had most of the possession time here, and they got an early goal in the 6th minute from Espinoza. They lead 1-0 as we're into the 11th minute of this contest. It's the U15 championship game from Toyota Stadium. Flores playing it left to Washburn. Stepping in there defensively for Albion was Bayless. .50-50 ball at midfield. Initially won by Albion, but it comes out to Washburn for Chicago. To Espinoza. Espinoza plays it to the center back, Bololi. Sent to the right side for Babe. Out of play off Albion near halfway, and a throw for Chicago. Chicago controlling it in the back. They get it out to midfield. Flores plays it back and then taking a tumble, going down, drawing the whistle is the center back. And a free kick coming up. Mysiak taking the free kick, and he'll play it back. Plays it back to Bololi. Bololi pushes forward. Back to Mysiak. Left side it comes to Flores. Flores trying to work a little give and go. Gets it back from Espinoza. Now Espinoza makes the run up the left channel. Espinoza toward the corner, playing it back to Flores. The cross toward the penalty spot comes down inside the D, and then is played to the right by Gutierrez. Albion finally winning the ball, stepping up is Martinez. Albion begins a counterattack, but that's snuffed out by Chicago. Gutierrez has it. And this comes back to Flores. to Espinoza. Out to the right side. Chicago builds the attack again, sent to the penalty spot. Initially, it went over the head of Rodriguez. It looked like Rodriguez was going to get a chance. But it's Andrade who controls it for Albion. Here's Washburn being tugged on a little bit by Imperato. Washburn gets it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez from distance trying to curl it in, but it never really curls. And it'll be a goal kick here for Andrade and Albion SC in the U15 championship game. Andrade trying to find a target downfield. This one gets held up by the south wind. Albion able to maintain possession, though, at the feet of Bayless. Bayless sends it into the left channel. Albion building an attack here. A heavy pass initially beyond Sarvia, but Sarvia gets it back on the deflection. The throw is going to go to Chicago. Thrown in to Alvarado. Switch it to the left side. That's kept in play by Washburn. Washburn to Flores. The keeper now has it at his feet. That's Slonina. Played ahead of the midfield for Rodriguez. Chicago playing with three in the back. And that back line pushes forward up to midfield. Maisiuk leading the way. Washburn on the left touchline. It's turned over as he tried to get it to Gutierrez. Now Rodriguez to Gutierrez. His shot low and wide. And it remains a 1-0 lead for Chicago here in the 17th minute. Andrade with a goal kick. Chicago broke the seal with a goal in the 6th minute. Francisco Espinoza Jr., the captain, scoring the goal. Albion gets it back into Chicago territory, but only briefly. It lands at the feet of Espinoza at halfway. He plays it to the center back, who plays it left to Maisiuk. Flores back to Maisiuk from Washburn. Flores plays it to his left. This is Rodriguez. Shot blocked. Lands at the feet of Martinez. And Chicago will regroup. Chicago really coming forward here, already leading 1-0. Dominating the possession. This is Flores between two defenders to Rodriguez. Back to Flores at the edge of the box. A low cross intended for Washburn. Albion begins the counterattack. They get it out to Sarvia. Sarvia crosses halfway, gets no further than that. Giving up the throw for Chicago is Alvarado. Thrown in by Munge. Xavier Munge sending it up the right channel. And now a free kick for Albion. A chance maybe to get an equalizer here. Munge is behind the ball. And Garcia to his right. Lennon Garcia and Xavier Munge, and it looks like it'll be, I think it's going to be Garcia to take this kick, and it is. Garcia with the left foot, drives it to the top of the 6, headed out of play. Goal kick coming up for Slonia. Asiak has it. Gets it to Alvarado, plays it to the right. Chicago with a deliberate build-up. Now they approach the attacking third. Chicago looking to add to a 1-0 lead. That ball's played into space and intercepted by Albion. Albion trying to get something started, but standing in the way of that is Gutierrez. Albion gets the free kick out of their own end, right at the edge of their defensive third. Burrows gets it. This is Bayless. Sent up the right side. That ball's right on the touchline as Munge gets it, and then Munge gets taken down by Flores. Sent up the right side on the free kick by Salazar to the byline, the cross, and that's going to be a goal kick. It went across the end line. Slonia restarts play, sending it out to his right. Chicago leading 1-0 on the strength of a goal from Espinoza. Team captain scoring in the 6th minute. Chicago's dominated the first 21 minutes of this game. And they've got the crowd in their favor as well. This is Gutierrez playing it to Rodriguez to the left side. And there's Washburn to Gutierrez. Gutierrez facing his defender, Bayless, plays it to the right side. And it's a goal kick coming up here for Albion. Albion out of California, coached by Paul Holohan. Don Morris is the manager. Jeffrey DeGroot is the coach for Chicago, assisted by Cedric Catanoy and Nate Boyden. Kevin Isaac is the manager. Albion in the center circle, not able to maintain possession. Chicago takes it away. And Chicago continues to dominate possession here in the first half. We're into the 23rd minute and the Fire lead 1-0. Sent out beyond halfway. Oh, getting taken down from behind is Rodriguez, and that's going to be a free kick for the Fire here in the 24th minute. See if there's going to be a card issued here. It appears as though it's just going to be a verbal warning to Burrows. Burrows really made a pretty smart play because Rodriguez was about to bolt toward goal. Gives up the free kick, however, and Gutierrez will be behind the ball for the free kick, and Chicago looks to add to a 1-0 lead in the 24th minute. They did give Burrows a yellow card. That's the first booking of the game. So Burrows was carded and got a verbal warning. Here's the free kick, and that sails over the crossbar. It was Flores who eventually took that free kick. Nearly had it on frame, just a little too high. We're in the 25th minute. Going up for the header was Rodriguez, but he whiffed. Chicago maintains possession, though, as they get it back to Mysiuk. Mysiuk comes forward to halfway into Albion territory. Played to the left side for Flores. Flores moves inside, splits two defenders. Rodriguez sends it in. Flores tried to tap it past the goalkeeper, but the flag was up. The U15s play 40-minute halves, so about a quarter hour left here in the first half. It'll be an 80-minute game. This is Salvia at midfield for Albion, battling with Espinoza of Chicago. And Chicago comes away with possession as they have so many times here in the first 25 minutes. Alvarado in the midfield plays it back as Chicago continues to play that high line coming forward. Martinez wins the ball for Albion. Gets it to Salazar. Winning the ball back for Chicago is Espinoza. A little give and go. Espinoza on the left side. Sends it right back to Rodriguez. Salvia came up but was unable to win the ball. Chicago keeps possession. This is all the way back to halfway for Mysiuk. Baloli sends it right back into Albion territory, and now the attack builds out of the right channel. Sent into the box for Rodriguez. The shot partially blocked off the left foot of Iachino. Again, Sarvia doing everything he can, but not able to win the ball away from the Fire. The Chicago Fire U15 Academy won Group D and leads the championship game in the U15 battle at the 39th annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup, 1-0. Well, just a rough estimate. I've got to say Chicago's had 85% of the possession. I'm tempted to say 90, but I don't want to exaggerate, but they've really dominated possession, and here they come on the attack again. A nice feathered pass, and that, almost set up a goal. Rodriguez hits the crossbar. Some beautiful play from the Fire. Fortunately for Albion, it doesn't result in a goal. It's off the crossbar and a goal kick for Albion. '29th minute. Chicago leading 1-0. Andrade got it out to halfway, but it's Chicago that controls. And here comes Rodriguez. Rolls one in, that gets scooped up by Andrade, who's been A busy young man here in goal for Albion in this U15 championship game at Toyota Stadium in Frisco on a glorious, sunny championship Saturday. We've got 4 more championship games that we'll be streaming for you tomorrow here from Toyota Stadium. Albion trying to build some sort of attack, but it gets snuffed out by Flores, who steals the ball and now has the throw for the Chicago Fire. Servilla's been very active, trying to move up the right channel, has it knocked away, but it'll be a throw for Albion right at the edge of the finishing third. Avelling will put it in play. And he'll throw it back to Salazar. Salazar to Burrows. Burrows plays it to the left side, finding Rivas. Rivas moves into Chicago territory up the left flank. More outstanding defense there by Babé for Chicago. Throw for Albion. That's into Servilla. Here comes Chicago. Iachino with time and space up the right channel. Approaches halfway. Switches the attack to the left side. It gets knotted forward into Albion territory by Washburn. Catching up to Washburn is Imperato, and he wins the ball for Albion. Martinez has it. Plays it ahead into space. Chasing it down for Chicago is Bololi, and that goes back to the keeper, Slonina. Chicago trying to build out of the back now with Flores. To Bololi. Bololi plays it out wide to the right side. To halfway for Rodriguez. Comes back to Bololi. He moves forward as Chicago presses. That's an early ball over the top for Washburn. And knocked away by Avelling. He gives up the corner kick here to the Chicago Fire, who lead 1-0 in the 32nd minute. From the left corner, this is the first corner kick of the game. They don't put it in the mixer just yet. Instead, it's sent out to Flores, who'll drive it in now, and that gets caught out of the air, and then the ball is knocked out of the hands of Andrade, who regathers it. In the 32nd minute, Albion is looking to threaten Chicago for the first time. They have not so far in this match. Once again, Chicago wins possession in their own end. Flores getting it to Maisiuk, to Bololi. Across halfway to Gutierrez. Gutierrez wins it right back for Chicago after it was nearly taken away by Rivas. Chicago again bringing those defenders forward up to the halfway line. They get it to Flores. This is Washburn along the touchline, playing it back inside to Flores. Flores will get it to the center back, Bololi. Bololi sends one over the top. The flag is down, and Burrows is there to clear for Albion, as charging toward the ball was Iachino. Chicago with the throw in the 33rd minute, leading 1-0 in the U15 championship game at the Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup in Frisco. Comes to Bayless of Albion. Goes over the top. Chicago wins it in the middle third, only to turn it right back over to Albion. Bayless to Martinez. Martinez side boots it back to the center back, who comes right to Avelling, to Martinez. Martinez works a little give and go. Martinez approaches halfway, cuts right to shed the defender, gets it to Avelling along the touchline. Martinez getting pushed around a little bit. And a throw coming up for Chicago. Flores will put it in play. Flores puts it at the feet of Espinoza. Espinoza to Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets taken down, and the foul is called. Martinez committed the foul. Martinez gets a brief warning from the official. Gutierrez and Flores both behind the ball for this free kick. It'll be Gutierrez sending it inside the box. It's loose at the penalty spot. Albion trying to clear it. Rodriguez getting his shirt tugged there inside the box. No call. Sent back toward halfway. Chicago will regroup here. Espinoza has it at midfield. Plays it left to Flores. Flores to Rodriguez. To Washburn. Washburn tried to feather a pass to the right side, and that gets intercepted. Albion not able to get out of their own end. It was Rivas who had the interception, and now Rivas marking the ball on the far touchline and wins it for Albion. Rivas pushes it up the left channel, approaching halfway. Not able to get it across halfway, but plays it off Flores for a throw. Albion desperate to get into the attacking third. Garcia up the left side. The cross at the top of the 6-yard box. The target was Munge, but it's past him. And it's a goal kick for the Chicago Fire U15 Academy. The winners of Group D here at the 39th Annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup into the 36th minute. It's a 40-minute half, an 80-minute match for the U15 title. Iachino to halfway. Gets to Gutierrez. Gutierrez fending off Martinez. Plays it to Flores. Flores finds Washburn. Back to Flores. Flores makes a move to Deke Munge. Gets into Albion territory. A nice little 1-2 here. Flores sends it toward the top of the box looking for Rodriguez. Gets taken away by Burrows. Burrows finding a target. This is Garcia. Getting it to Imperato. Now Garcia crosses halfway. Out to the left side. Good defense there by Chicago. Denying any threat whatsoever for Albion, who made a rare foray into the attacking third, now has a throw. Thrown up the left channel. Gutierrez reached out with the left boot trying to win it for Chicago, but Albion maintaining possession. Rivas getting it to Salazar. Salazar started to chase it down, but it's Bololi who clears it out to halfway. This will be sent all the way back to Andrade. Andrade getting it from a teammate, has to play with his feet, can't not handle the ball. Sent out to halfway for Servia, who gets taken off his feet. That draws the whistle. Free kick for Albion. Salazar restarts play, driving one into the box, finding Garcia just inside the 18. Garcia is marked there by Babé. And a corner kick coming up for Albion, and this may be their best opportunity in the first half. As we move into the 39th minute, Chicago took the lead on an Espinoza goal in the 6th minute of this U15 championship game. Martinez with the corner kick from the left side. got 5 targets inside the 6 and hit the outside netting. So a poor effort on Albion's first corner kick of the game, coming in the 39th minute, and Chicago leading 1-0. Chicago's dominating on both ends of the pitch here in this championship game. A turnover here. Martinez takes it away, gets to the top of the 18, and no further. Cleared up but not out. Still in the attacking third. Bayless to the right side. Munge with a cross, and reaching out for a left-footed volley was Imperato, but he whiffed. Corner kick coming up for Albion. Well, we wouldn't expect a lot of added time as we are into the 40th minute, and they're showing 1 minute of stoppage time. Martinez hit the outside netting on his first corner kick effort. See if he can't do a little better here. He's got 3 men inside the 6. He's got 5 inside the 18, and it's picked out of the air by a keeper that has not had much action today, Slonina. And Slonina quickly distributes it out to Rodriguez, who's not able to trap it, and it's across the touchline on the near side for an Avelling throw. Albion into the attacking third. Very active Sarvia ends up down on the seat of his pants. Martinez has it into space, hoping that Munge could get there, but the flag is up. So we're into the stoppage time now. We had 1 minute of added time posted by the 4th official. And it appears as though Chicago will go in at the half with a 1-0 lead on the strength of the Francisco Espinoza goal in the 6th minute. Albion starting to get a little bit more possession here as the half winds down. Garcia turns it over to Bebe, and here comes Chicago, looking to possibly add to their lead before the whistle ends the half. And they are unable to get off another shot before we reach the interval. So we've played 40 minutes here at Toyota Stadium in Frisco, the home of FC Dallas, and it's the Chicago Fire U15 Academy leading Albion SC 1-0. The goal coming from Francisco Espinoza Jr., the team captain, in the 6th minute. Chicago leading Albion 1-0 at the half. The second half is coming up. Second half about to get underway here at the U15 championship game for the 39th annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup at Toyota Stadium in Frisco. And we see a couple of changes for Albion. Tristan McGinnis, wearing the number 11, is coming into the game, and Diego Esquivel is coming into the game wearing the number 9. And you would think that Albion is looking for more firepower here in the second half. Fortunate to be down only 1-0. Espinoza scoring in the 6th minute for the Chicago Fire. Chicago kicking off to begin the second half after a dominating opening 40 minutes here at Toyota Stadium. The Fire trying to find Iachino on the right flank, and it's knocked away from him, but it'll be a throw for Chicago as Bebe will put it in play. Comes right back to Bebe. Bebe gets it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez plays to the middle for Espinoza, who sends it to the left side. Trying to weave his way through the defense is Washburn. Albion not able to get out of their own end as Alvarado wins the ball and takes a shot and sails one over the goal into the seats underneath what will be the National Soccer Hall of Fame once construction is completed. Goal kick for Andrade, who had a lot of action in front of him in the first 40 minutes. And Chicago once again has possession as they have most of the game. Espinoza turns it over. It's cleared, but only as far as Alvarado. Albion again trying to get out of their own end, but failing to do so as Bebe wins the ball back for Chicago in the middle third. Plays it back to Bololi, and Bololi sends it to Mysiuk, who switches it back to the right side for Bebe. Bebe has time and space moving up the right side. Delivers a pass at the feet of Rodriguez. Turned over, but only momentarily, as Bebe reclaims possession near halfway. Gets it to that's Bololi, sending it to Mysiuk. Comes back toward Mysiuk. Mysiuk looking upfield. Switches it to the right side. Finds Bebe. Just inside Albion territory. Bebe will play the ball into touch as Albion has a man down. That's Sarvia. Sarvia was really active in the middle of the pitch for Albion, doing everything he possibly could to try to get some possession time for Albion. But that has been a real struggle for the California side against this Chicago Fire side. Chicago Fire U15 Academy, the winners of Group D, taking on the Group G winners, Albion. But it's been a one-sided affair. Chicago leading 1-0. They've had a couple of chances that they didn't cash in on. Training staff checking on Sarvia, who is walking gingerly off the field, and it appears as though he will come out, and Jonathan Cardona is preparing to enter the game for Albion. So McGinnis, Esquivel, and Cardona, substitutions into the game here in the second half for Albion as they try to find some kind of spark against the Fire. McGinnis with the throw in, and Albion sends it down to their keeper, Andrade. I should say down to the Fire keeper, Slonina, and Chicago has possession. Bebe not able to make a connection. And this is Andrade moving out to his left and handling the ball now for Albion. Martinez got a touch of Belling, plays it to the right side. Munge not able to trap it. Chicago has a throw and possession in Albion territory. Gutierrez creeping in, but the cross goes over his head. That's Iachino, rather. There'll be a throw for Bebe. Rodriguez trying to get the ball back now away from McGinnis. McGinnis driving that ball right into Iachino. Iachino's okay, but trying to get his breath back. Bebe has it near halfway and sweeps it back to Bololi. Mysiuk looks upfield, crosses halfway. Washburn with the one-touch pass back to Mysiuk, and here comes Albion on the counter. Ball just played ahead into space. That'll go back to Slonina. And Chicago will begin building the attack out of the back. The flag is down. This could be dangerous for Albion, already trailing 1-0. The cross from the byline is knocked down by Salazar, and he clears it out toward halfway. Garcia Moves into Chicago territory, and that goes off of Mysiuk across the touchline. It's an Albion throw. Albion gets it in, but only to the top of the box. That's as far as Garcia can get before it's cleared. And the throw coming up for Albion near halfway. Martinez plays it back toward the touchline, comes right back to Martinez. Martinez gets it to Bayless. Andrade to Burrows. Burrows to McInnes along the touchline. Not able to get past Iachino. Throw up the left channel, goes to Garcia. Weaving his way through traffic now is Bayless. Garcia gets it from Cardona. Another throw coming up for Albion here in the 48th minute. Chicago leading 1-0. They scored in the 6th minute. Espinoza with the goal. Chicago's enjoyed the vast majority of possession, but Albion nearly got the equalizer there on a beautiful cross that was headed just over the crossbar. Cardona coming off the bench as a substitute nearly tied the game with a header at the near post. It just did go over the crossbar. Chicago holding on to a 1-0 lead. Back to Slonina, the keeper. Slonina switches it out to the right side for Babé. Babé plays it back inside to Alvarado. Alvarado finds Mysiuk. Mysiuk drives the ball, but that gets headed away by Avelling. Out of play, a Chicago throw just inside Albion territory. Thrown into Rodriguez. Rodriguez tees it up, takes a shot, and sends one high over the crossbar. Never really threatened Andrade with that drive from distance. And Chicago will make their first substitution of the game as they'll bring in Carlos Valencia. Valencia coming in for Luca Iachino. The goal kick restarts play. Andrade decides to play it short, just across his own 18 to Avelling. Last touch by Chicago. Salazar back to Andrade. To Salazar. Salazar growing impatient, sends it out toward halfway, and Flores is there for Chicago. Garcia trying to find possession. It's Martinez who has it for Albion. Foul called against the Chicago Fire U15 Academy. And Albion will get a free kick in the middle third. Sent ahead to Garcia. Garcia turned it over but wins it right back. Garcia has it on his left foot, drives one toward the goal, and it gets parried over the crossbar by the keeper Slonina, and it's a corner kick for Albion. This will be, I think, this is their third corner kick. They didn't do much with their first two chances from the corner circle. We'll see what they do here, as it'll be Martinez again delivering the service. Chicago leading 1-0 in the 51st minute. Albion nearly got the equalizer on a Cardona header just a few moments ago. Now they've got a chance with the corner kick. 6 men at the 18 or inside the 18. Play to the penalty spot, headed, still in the area. It's on the foot of Munge. Munge gets it to Garcia. Garcia with the cross. That's going to sail over the keeper. Slonina out of play. Goal kick for the Chicago Fire. It's the U15 championship game at the 39th annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. Glad you could join our streaming broadcast. We're in the 52nd minute. Chicago leading 1-0. Espinoza scored in the 6th minute. Chicago's dominated play, but Albion has shown a little life here in the early stages of the second half. The right side to Valencia, who just came into the game. Valencia keeping this one in play. Trying to work a little 1-2 with Rodriguez, and Rodriguez tripped over the ball and turned it over to Albion. Albion will have a throw here out of their own end. This will be McGinnis putting it in play, looking for Garcia. McGinnis able to get it out to halfway, but there's Bololi for Chicago, trying to find Washburn. Washburn chasing Avelling, who plays it up the right side, trying to get it to Munge. Avelling now gets it to Salazar. Salazar plays it back to the keeper, Andrade. Andrade playing it up the middle for Bayless. Back to Andrade, who one-times it and sends an aerial out beyond halfway. Garcia gives chase. Maisiuk heads it in the direction of Babé. Bololi not able to keep it in play, and it's a throw for Albion. Garcia will leave it for McGinnis. Cardona is inside the box, but instead the ball goes to Esquivel, who came in as a substitute to start the second half. Avelling plays it to Munge on the right side. Munge trying to get past Flores, loses it over the touchline, and we'll have more substitutions here for Chicago. Ernest Mensah is coming into the game. Mensah wearing the number 52, and Dalton Haas wearing the number 47 also comes into the game as a substitute. Teams are allowed 6 substitutions. There's a shot from distance that once again sails over the crossbar. Garcia trying to tie the game from 26 yards out. .50-50 ball. Won by Alvarado. Plays it out to the left side. That's Valencia, who came in as a sub, working his way through traffic. Chicago trying to get back on the Albion side of halfway. Mensah gets his first touch. Chicago maintains possession. This is Gutierrez, now out wide to Haas, who just came into the game. Right back to Haas. Haas plays it to Bololi. Bololi plays it diagonally to the far side. Velling steps in there for Albion. Salazar sends it across halfway into Chicago territory. Esquivel wins the ball for Albion. It's played out to the left side for McGinnis. McGinnis has it taken away by Rodriguez. Rodriguez moves up the right channel, crosses halfway, sends it into space, looking to make a connection with Mensah, but it's all the way to the keeper, Andrade. Salazar sends it across halfway. It gets deflected there by Flores. Chicago controls in their own end. Into the 57th minute, Chicago holding on to this 1-0 lead. They took the lead in the 6th minute on an Espinoza goal. Albion starting to enjoy a little bit more of the possession, but they really haven't been threatening the Fire here. Here's a takeaway for Gutierrez. To Mensah. Mensah into the area, marked by Burrows, who goes for the sliding tackle. And it'll be a corner kick. Nope, a goal kick for Chicago. Andrade puts up a 50-50 ball. The intended target was Cardona, but it's Chicago who wins it. And then a poor first touch turns it back over to Albion. This is Cardona in the midfield, battling with Alvarado, sending it across halfway where Chicago will have possession as it comes to the feet of Bololi. Flores to Bololi. Has Haas out wide. Back to Bololi. Bololi has all kinds of time. Garcia now starts to put on some pressure. Bayless steps up to win the ball for Albion. Martinez has it at the bottom of the center circle. Didn't have enough pace on that pass, allowing Haas to step in and send it across the touchline for a throw. McGinnis will put it in play for Albion. Played nearly an hour of this U15 championship game. It's an 80-minute match for the Boot and Ball Trophy at Toyota Stadium in Frisco. The Fire fans have come in fine voice here this afternoon at Toyota Stadium. At the senior level in MLS, the Chicago Fire and FC Dallas play for the Brimstone Cup, which goes back to the days of the MLS team playing at the Cotton Bowl as the Dallas Burn. Here in the middle of the pitch is Mensah, who's come on as a sub. He gets it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez with a cross to the back post has a target. That's Valencia, who will have to chase it down in the corner, and he keeps it in play. Valencia gets it to Gutierrez, who's into the box. A shot and a goal! And it's 2-0 Chicago. The Fire score in the 60th minute. And add to their lead in the U15 championship game. Just when you thought maybe Albion was starting to get more of the run of play, Chicago strikes and doubles their lead. It's now 6-0. Brian Gutierrez getting the goal in the 60th minute. It was Francisco Espinoza who scored in the 6th minute for Chicago. There's a ball sent into space. The intended target was Esquivel, but he'll never catch up to that one. And it's a goal kick. Well, we'll see if the U15 will follow the lead of the U14 championship game. Lone Star from Texas overcame a 2-0 deficit to eventually take a 3-2 lead in overtime, only to end up losing on penalty kicks as Angelis got the equalizer in the second overtime period. Substitution here for Chicago as they'll bring Justin Reynolds into the game. This is their 4th substitution. We've got Chicago with 4 and Albion with 3 subs to this point. And again, each side has allowed 6 substitutions. Mensah nearly lost it to Burrows, but it's out wide for Valencia, who's one of those 4 subs that's coming to the game for the Fire. Valencia plays it back to midfield for Alvarado. Beloli crosses halfway. Gets it to the goal scorer, Gutierrez. Alvarado. Gutierrez. Gutierrez trying to work a little 1-2. It's turned over to Albion. Chased down by Beloli. Comes out to Haas. Poked away by Garcia. The Chicago throw. The Dos a Cero chant from the Chicago Fire fans here at Toyota Stadium, leading 2-0. We're in the 63rd minute of an 80-minute match for the U15 Boot and Ball Trophy at the 39th Annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. Salazar plays it to the right side. This gets taken away in the midfield. Taken away by Reynolds. Alvarado in the center circle. Beloli looks toward Haas and decides to go for more, looking for Rodriguez, intercepted. Burrows jostled around a little bit, maintains possession. Lays it back to McGinnis. Trying to get it to Bayless. Bayless couldn't control it, and now Valencia has it for Chicago. Working with Reynolds, not able to get into the finishing third. Chicago will play it back to the midfield and now all the way back to the keeper as they'll regroup. And Slonina gets it to Beloli, back to the keeper Slonina. Well off his line here, and Chicago continues to play a pretty high line on defense. And they've only been threatened a couple of times. They've yet to concede a goal and lead 2-0. Most of this second half has been played in the middle third. Neither team has really spent much time in the finishing third. Another throw coming up here as the ball's poked away from Reynolds. It'll be thrown in by Flores. To Mensah. Finds Gutierrez. Mensah. Turned over to Burrows. To Martinez. Martinez finds Bayless. Bayless lays it back to Salazar, pressured by Mensah. Burrows sends it forward to Garcia. Garcia not able to control it with the first touch, and it gets taken away by Alvarado. Here's Mensah again, playing it into space. This is Valencia. Goes down inside the 18. The official says play on. Valencia down again, and now Mensah goes down. Albion still trying to get it cleared. Not out of their defensive third. As Rodriguez re-enters the box from the right side. A low cross gets covered up by Andrade, and it remains a 2-0 lead for Chicago in the 66th minute of the U15 championship game. Andrade trying to find a target. Gets it out to the center circle. Headed there by Cardona to Martinez. Martinez finds Emperado. Once again, Chicago denies Albion any entry into the attacking third. This is Alvarado in the center circle, playing it out right to Rodriguez. Rodriguez with his head up, plays it in the channel to Haas. His pass is deflected. Free kick coming up. Haas restarts play, getting it to Gutierrez. Gutierrez plays it in the middle for Alvarado. Alvarado trying to get it to Valencia, who couldn't control it with the first touch and is unable to win the ball back for Chicago. And whistle sounded here. It's the referee who sounded the whistle. We'll have a free kick coming up here in the 67th minute. Albion with a free kick just inside their own territory to the right of the center circle. Drives the ball into the box, and that's all the way back to the keeper, Slonina. The mission of Dallas Cup is to promote the well-being of young people through athletic competition, cultural appreciation, and educational opportunities. Dallas Cup ensures the highest level of competition each year. It's an invitation-only tournament. These two teams have made their way into the U15 championship game. Chicago in red, Albion in blue and white. And this is Haas, a substitute, weaving his way to the top of the D, takes the shot. Burrows comes in with a sliding tackle, gets away with it, and it gets scooped up by Andrade. On average, there's over 105,000 spectators watching Dallas Cup matches across the Metroplex. This event contributes more than $17 million annually to the local North Texas economy. Chicago has possession. This is Haas. Loli was looking for Rodriguez, but Albion wins it. Now can they get into the attacking third and set themselves up with a scoring chance? Garcia is knocked off his feet by Reynolds. The official says play on, and Martinez is pushing forward. Martinez with a low cross, and that's over the end line, and a goal kick coming up, and substitutions for Chicago. Luke Becerra is coming into the game. Becerra wearing the number 55 is into the match. And following him onto the pitch is Jonathan Hernandez wearing the number 53. So Rodriguez and Flores come out of the match for Chicago. So that's all 6 subs now for Chicago, with just over 10 minutes remaining here before we reach full time. Looks like Andrade is going to come out, and we'll have a change at goalkeeper. Liam Morris is going to come into the game and will replace Andrade in goal for Albion here in the U15 championship game. And we have that as the 4th substitution for Albion. Chicago has it. This is Gutierrez to the right side for Becerra, who just came into the game. Becerra gets it to Hernandez, so the newcomers get a touch early after entering. Beloli has it for Chicago. He'll play it back to Slonina. Haas finds Mensah. Mensah being marked there by Imperato. Alvarado to Mensah to Reynolds. Out wide to the right for Becerra. The overlapping run for Hernandez. Throw for Chicago. Into the 72nd minute. It's an 80-minute match for the U15 title. Chicago has possession. This is Haas. He goes down. And Munge has it for Albion. Munge sends it forward. That gets headed by Bololi. Here comes Chicago out of their own end. It's played to Gutierrez. Gutierrez scoring the second goal of the game. Has it right now in the middle of the pitch. Plays it to the right for Becerra, and we hear the olays coming from the Chicago fans. A nice one-touch pass for Mensah there, but not able to make the connection with Hernandez, who I don't think was expecting it. It's a throw for Albion deep in their own territory. In the 73rd minute. And as of now, we wouldn't expect much stoppage time. So if Albion's going to do something, they're going to have to do it quick. Haas finds Valencia. Valencia moving toward the middle, lays it back. This is Gutierrez to Valencia. Valencia moves inside the area, marked by Burrows. And Chicago just happy to keep possession here, leading 2-0. We're just over 7 minutes away from full time here in the U15 championship game. Reynolds gets it to Mensah. Mensah goes down, keeps possession, back up on his feet now, approaches the top of the box, gets it out to the left side. Come back out to Alvarado. Alvarado to Gutierrez. To Hernandez on the right side. Hernandez with the cross past Mensah. Valencia's there. Pushes it inside the 6-yard box. And scrambling to get back to it is Morris. It remains a 2-0 lead for the Chicago Fire, who came out of Group D, won the group. Working their way toward this championship match, and now they're just a little more than 6 minutes away from lifting the boot and ball trophy. Fire have enjoyed far more possession in this game. I would say, guesstimating it's in the neighborhood of 70%. Salazar will let that go back to Morris, who sends an aerial to halfway. That gets headed by Bololi. Gutierrez dummies it. Lets Haas take it. Sent up the middle. Played to the right for Becerra. This is Alvarado. Winning it with a sliding tackle is Gutierrez. And that's out of play. It was Maisiuk who won it with that sliding tackle, I believe. 48, not 46. Substitution coming up here for Albion, the California side. Cardona, who came in as a sub, is now out of the game as Lucas Schurls comes in. Albion gets the free kick, and Salazar will restart play. Victor Salazar with the right foot. Sends it out toward the top of the box. Tripping over the ball for Chicago is Hernandez. But the Fire are able to win it. Reynolds has it now. The near touchline Becerra. Back to Hernandez. And it's a throw for Chicago. Hernandez puts it at the feet of Bololi. Back to the keeper, Slonina. Not even sure Slonina's had to make a save in this match. Gets it ahead to Alvarado. Chicago just continues to knock the ball around the yard, maintaining possession, holding on to a 2-0 lead in the 77th minute at Toyota Stadium. Mensah, with a heavy first touch, sent out a play. A throw for Albion. It felt like a mountain to climb for Albion when they were down 1-0 after Espinoza scored in the 6th minute, but Gutierrez adding a goal in the 60th minute has made it seem like a nearly impossible task for Albion here in the U15 championship game. It's all they can do just to get some possession. Mensah has it for Chicago to Gutierrez. Out wide for Hernandez. Hernandez to Alvarado, to Baloli. Baloli appears to be the biggest U15 player on the field. Here's Gutierrez, who scored the goal in the 60th minute. Gets it to Becerra, to Hernandez. Back to Gutierrez, to Reynolds. Becerra finds Mensah, marked by Burrows. Played out to the left side. Cross is deflected. Out of play. Corner kick coming up for Chicago. This is only maybe the second or third corner kick for Chicago. They haven't needed a lot of set-piece opportunities to take a 2-0 lead. In the 79th minute, a low ball sent in. Munge is there for Albion. Another corner kick, and this one's played short. Salazar is there defensively to win the ball for Albion. Plays it into space, has nobody there. Alvarado for Chicago plays it to the right side for Hernandez. Hernandez gets it to Becerra. Albion trying to find a way to get a hold of the ball, but not able to do so. It's Alvarado who has it for Chicago. Sends it out to the left side. Comes back to Gutierrez. Gutierrez puts it at the feet of Reynolds. Out wide for Hernandez. Hernandez with a cross. That is off the body of McGinnis. Here's Reynolds weaving his way into the 6-yard box. It's loose at the penalty kick spot, and a blast and a save for Morris, who came in as a sub. And it gets cleared out to Munge, who sends it into the seats, giving up a throw as we approach full time. It's a 2-0 lead for the Chicago Fire. The U15 Academy at Chicago, on the verge of a boot and ball trophy, as Alvarado plays it to the far touchline. We've played a full 80 minutes. We're into stoppage time. 2 minutes of extra time. Doesn't seem like enough time for Albion to rally, trailing 2-0. Chicago continues to dominate possession, and just as I say that, Baloli with a little bit of a sloppy pass will give up a throw. But even when Albion has had possession, it's primarily been on their side of halfway, and they're deep in their own territory here. Martinez boots it out into space, trying to make a connection with Imperato, but Chicago wins it, and at halfway, it's Maisiuk who has it and gets it to Gutierrez. Gutierrez, a goal scorer today, tallied in the 60th minute after Espinoza scored in the 6th. And it appears that those 2 goals will be enough for the Chicago Fire. Baloli back to the keeper, Slonina. And for Slonina, it's been a slow day, just the way he likes it. think we had a handball over there on the far side. And Albion will get a restart. Referee glancing at his watch. There's not much time left. Albion is down 2 goals. And it's all they can do to get into the finishing third. This is Garcia, but it's knocked away from him. Mysiuk there, put the ball into touch. Albion hoping to pull one back here before the official sounds the whistle, ending the match. Once again, Chicago will give up a throw. Time running out on Albion. The official, the referee, glancing at his watch, and that's it. The whistle sounds, and the Chicago Fire Academy has won the U15 championship at the 39th annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. They completely dominate Albion in the championship game this afternoon, and the Chicago Fire begin to celebrate. They've won a Boot and Ball trophy under sunny skies at Toyota Stadium in Frisco. It's a gorgeous day, and it's one these young men will remember for the rest of their lives. They've come to the Dallas Cup, and they've captured the trophy. Congratulations to the Chicago Fire, the U15 champions at the 39th annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. We appreciate you following the Dallas Cup with our live streams. Please tell your friends we've got 4 more championship games coming your way tomorrow. And remember, you can see the Super U14s and the Super Group on Univision. Thanks for watching the 39th annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup.